Hello to my Geminis. All right, Geminis, let's get right into your reading. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, happy full moon energy. Make sure your scales are balanced. Healthy work-life balance. Make sure you're not carrying any extra load on your work life or your personal life. So that means if you don't have to take any work home this weekend, then don't. Leave it at work if you can so that you can enjoy your weekend if you can. All right, let's get into it. Geminis. Let's get right into it. Don't take anybody's emotional baggage with you. None of that mess. Take it off of your internal scales. Let's get into it. All right, let's go. The cycle is over. Move forward. Cycle is over. Move forward. Move forward. All right, so a cycle is over. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to move forward. You either figured something out that maybe you were carrying someone else's emotional load or baggage, and so the cycle is over. So you move forward. Cycle is over, so move forward. All right, so let's go. 413, financial freedom. Take back your control. That's what Source really wants you to do. Apparently, there were some energies who you love who threw your financial situation out of whack, right? So take back your control. There is a need for you to look at your finances and get them in order. Organizing, understanding, and budgeting your money are all actions that create pathways to more financial abundance in your future. Or in the future. So reflect on an area of your life that does not support your financial freedom. Spend 20 minutes a day digging deeper into your financial predicament you've been ignoring. 413. Yeah. So Source is saying it's time to get structured. Time to get structured. It could be something that you have been, because you've been carrying other people's emotional baggage. It may be causing you emotional eat, drink, whether you're drinking more caffeine or more sugar. Something is causing you to be maybe dehydrated or something. So now it's time to get some things in order here. Get some things in order. All right, let's get into it. So two energies in two different ways have wanted something to be their way or the highway, and they cause you some financial lack. Two energies. This is 4 and this is 4. So energies, they structured something in a way that was going to cause, these are two energies you love. They structured something in a way that offered them some kind of financial freedom from you. So it's time for you to take control back of your finances. So they've done something. They have done something to cause you some kind of financial lack. This cycle is over. Move forward. They wanted some kind of financial freedom, and they got what they wanted. So now it's time for you to get what you want. Let's get into it. High vibrationally, of course, obviously, because we're talking about heart chakra. Your head and heart could have been at war with each other, but it shouldn't be at war at right now. So something about money. They love money more than they love you. Yeah, something about money. So you are in. Somebody has a divine connection coming in. This is you, has a very divine connection that's coming in. So yeah, they did something to cause a significant lack. They told a lie. Some people told a lie about something as far as you're concerned to save themselves. They told a lie about you to save themselves. All right, what kind of lie? What did they hold on? They were looking for somebody to save them. So you were the. How were they going to be saved? Because you were financially free. Somebody decided, hey, let's use some energies to cause you a financial lack or loss. And so, so that people can judge you, but now judgment is coming down on them. That is why, looking at your cards here, you saving yourself. Get as far away from them as possible. These energies are obsessed with money. They're obsessed with money and they're obsessed with sex. Yeah. Something is very emotionally imbalanced with these two energies. And so Source is saying to you, free yourself. There's nothing else to talk about. They want to be a part of something so bad. And guess what? Here's this. Everybody is a pick-me. That's everybody. Everybody wants to be picked. They want to be chosen for something. But this energy allowed themselves, they couldn't even see straight. They could not even see straight. They wanted to be a part of something so bad. And not only did they allow people to judge you, they joined in on the reindeer games. This could have been a love interest, right? This could have been your own adult kids. Somebody that you're heading harbor at war with each other. It should not be at war at all. See this color pink right here? You need to take off the rose-colored glasses. No more rose-colored glasses. Somebody wanted to be a part of something so bad that they threw you right straight up under the bus. You should have tire tracks on the back of your neck at this point. They threw you under the bus just to be a part of something. But you on top of it. Yeah, you on top of it. You on top of the wheel. You right on top of it. And they know it. You right on top of it. These two dark magicians. They were sandwiched between these two dark magicians who were trying to pretend like they had this model family situation going on in public, right? Trying to X you out of something, bringing judgment down on you, trying to almost got you killed. For real, for real. Let me just put the word out there. They almost really got you because this is a death that was hidden in the judgment card is death. One that you clean up out of somewhere. So the cycle is over, so it's time for you to move forward. And so now that it's time to move forward, you're the one that's initiating the change. You've risen above the judgment. You weren't judging anybody to begin with. These energies made a very impulsive move, an impulsive decision to assume that you were judging anybody who's in a romantic relationship, judging it. You weren't judging anybody. But you're on top of it. So now, like I said, you got love coming across your path. You got love coming across your path. Oh, shucks. Somebody got love coming across their path. Somebody is like, this person got this kind of intuition. Talking about you. You Gemini. Ooh, somebody said they need you on their team. So congratulations to you, Gemini. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, because the type of intuition you have where you're heading harder at war with each other, people know that you are not a dark wolf energy. They know you're not an energy that will keep people in the dark about things. They know that you're not afraid. That you enlighten people. You enlighten people. You're not operating in fear. You enlighten people. And you rise above the judgment just to help people. To who they should invest their time with and who they shouldn't invest their time with. So somebody who is King of Pentacles energy is like, okay, I want that energy on my team. They enlightening people. They not sneaky, doing dark magician mess. No. So the cycle is over. Move forward. You're on top of some things. And guess what? You was on top of it while you was in hermit mode. Go ahead with your bad self. Let me give you a fist bump through the screen. Yes, you initiated closing out a cycle in hermit mode. You are not playing. You are not playing. When you're heading harder at war with each other, people that you love, and they will throw you under a bus and you got tire tracks on the back of your neck. Whatever. You're heading harder, no longer at war with each other. You're on top of it. You're on top of it. Yeah. So you're closing out a cycle in love. There it is. You've already prayed about it. You meditated on it. Hey, new life. New life, new you. Money is a form of energy. Yeah, the devil is in the details. Some people are obsessed with things. Once you learn what your demons are and you learn how to put those things under submission, right? People can't buy you. You got to find out what your demons are. You got to know what your demons are. You got to know what your demons are. So, like, for instance, if you're a person who is every time you get stressed out, you go pull out a gallon of ice cream. But do you be mad at the scale because the scale numbers keep going up, talking about, I don't know, the scale must be broke. Wait a minute. Didn't you just eat a whole gallon of ice cream? And now you said the scale broke? Anyway, so it's to say, you're part of the financial freedom is, being around energies who are enlightening you about how to become financially free, because you've already experienced loved ones who have taken advantage of you, and the devil is in the details. They are addicted. Some energies are addicted to sex. They are addicted to money. They'll do anything to be a part of something. And when I say anything, anything. And you're on top of it. So what goes around comes back around. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about it. Money is a form of energy. You know your worth and your value. You are money. You are money, right? And you have a lot of gifts and talents. This is the Six of Cups here. You have a lot of gifts and talents. So something is very nostalgic. You're taking good memories with you. So you're not bitter at all. You're taking really good memories with you. But as far as they're concerned, you didn't pull out the sword. You pulled out the sword. That's the end. They don't exist anymore. They somewhere out there in the universe. That's it. Because what they done was so egregious, it literally could have had you under a jail. You're not playing games. And here you are in hermit mode, minding your business. They got cameras all around you, lying, telling stories. Talking about you chained to some kind of obsession of lust, and you all about money and this, that, and the other. Have familiar spirits all around you. Here you sitting somewhere in a lotus position. No, it's over. It's a wrap. Mad? No, you're not mad. You just have a whole new lease on life. Nope, and that's the message that's sending out. As far as you're concerned, hey, they that desperate, they need to find out what their demons are. They for real. They need to find out what their demons are and put those demons under submission. It had nothing to do with you. Yeah. See, that was a choice. See, when people's backs are against the wall, it's a choice how you come out, right? What you learn how to do is tap in, right? You learn how to tap into source within inside of you. You knew how to go back to what was like your creator. So your creator, meaning the creator source, right? You knew how to go back to the creator and just like, okay, think. Okay, what other gifts and talents do you have? Okay, how can you adapt? How can you adjust? You're a thinker, you're smart, you love to learn. So it's like, what can I learn? How can I invest? Like, whether it's you took an online investment course, something you did to learn how to invest. These energies, when their back is against the wall, they just, anyway, it's no comparison. Like I said, you pull out the sword and free yourself. Emotionally, you have to feel like you hit the jackpot. It's a win-win for you and somebody. A win-win. You have a lot of ideas moving forward. So, like I said, you're breaking ties with these karmics. Yeah. Breaking ties with these karmics. Something's a win-win for you. You're financially free. You don't have no obligations to none of them. If somebody was an overgiver, you were pouring your creative ideas, pouring your resources into people, wanting help to try to help people in their careers. You're not doing these energies. They can never come back to you for nothing. Nothing. They get a prayer. That's it. Pray that they use their time wisely. But you pull out the sword because you go through your memory and you remember all the times that it hurt you. It backfired. They cut you from after you helped them. There it is. That's your breakthrough right there. You're not gonna let these energies give you another breakdown with creating stuff, creating bills, and creating chaos and confusion in your life. So no, you're financially free. There it is, Tower. There it is, Tower. Jump to conclusions. That's what they did. They thought you was in hermit mode and wasn't sure whether you were judging. Let me put these two cards together. Thought you was in this is you right here. You was in hermit mode. This is you. in receiving mode, trying to create something, right? Trying to create something. Operating in North Node. That's what the number 10 is. Number 10. 10th house is all about career, life goals, achievement, public image, the masculine side of things, meaning your energy was directed outward, meaning you were doing something to create, whether you were creating a book, writing a book, a screenplay, whatever you were creating something that's going to add to your legacy. But you were tapped in like somebody was creating something from scratch. What these energies were creating in hermit mode was something to damage you to save themselves. Y'all not the same. Y'all not the same. Y'all not on the same frequency. They're not on the same frequency. That's what you have in common with somebody who's moved on. That people assassinated them, their character behind their back. Is what you do when you go into hermit mode. You think. Okay, I love to learn. Okay, how can I create something that's going to add to my legacy? But what you got to come up against are the energies who create chaos and confusion in your life when you're trying to create something to better people's lives. Because you're trying to operate in North Node and they're trying to create something to pull people back into the 9th house where you got to learn something new. It's like, okay, you got to increase not only your prayer life, but you're going from 10th house to 9th house, right? 9th house is, again, higher education, philosophy, law, which is spiritual law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. Something had you focus on the 9th house so you can get back to 10th house. So now you're benefiting from both. Something had to slow you down to learn about the houses, to learn about your houses, the many houses. You have 12 houses, to learn about your houses in terms of financial freedom. Because something had to wait a minute. Okay, let me learn about this. Let me learn about that. Because I know I'm in my purpose. That's you. You say, I know I'm in my purpose. Okay, I've already learned how to make money in my purpose. But okay, what's another route I can take on that same purpose? I answered the call in my life. So what's the other route I can take? That's you, right? Again, once you learn what your demons are, you learn how to put them under submission. Yeah, the enemy is very crafty. They can send whatever your way. They can send somebody who's flirting your way. They can seem like this is the perfect person for you. You could be single, wanting to date. They can send somebody who's perfectly. But once you answer the call in your life, you know what you're called to do, and source is showing you evidence that yes, you answered the right call in your life. You so excited to get in hermit mode because you don't want to miss the call. It's literally like you hit the jackpot. Okay, I don't want to miss this. I gotta get in the house by a certain time. I don't want to miss this call. I got a message that's trying to come through. Like, okay, whatever you was thinking, hold on to that. And I get back to you. Yeah. So yeah, the cycle is over. You're on top of it. Yeah, wake up from the nightmare. Wake up. You don't even need to discuss it anymore. Anybody that says they don't have some kind of temptation is a liar. They're a liar. Everybody has sin. We're in human form. They're not tempted by chocolate, ice cream, being a shopaholic. Okay. Again, we're talking about water. It's shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds you. So they're around people who are just addicted to sex and money. And it grew their demons. It grew their demons. And guess who they decided to sacrifice? You. Wrong one. All it did was push you into light emperor energy. This right here speaks to first house. First house is all about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, and outlook on life. See, where they got you messed up, when they rolled down, I got Gemini all messed up street, and then turned on, they lost their mind avenue. they lost their mind avenue. Where they had you all messed up was the fact that they so used to you going along with the flow of no matter what they do, they never ever thought that something was going to push you into total recall. This is the Tower card, total recall, where you were like, well, hold on. you went into hermit mode to try to create something for your legacy that was going to be. This is part everybody, a lot of, okay, say everybody, a lot of people miss. When people are operating in North Node, the entire planet benefits from it. Everybody benefits from it. You don't have any competition because it's a call from the inside. You're already qualified. You're qualified to do whatever it is you're doing. You don't have any competition. None. So there's no need for you to gatekeep. If a person was not called to do something, they just weren't called to do it. They just weren't called to do it. But you were definitely called to do something. It's coming to you. Things are just, like I said, it's just creating for you. You love to learn, and that's what you have in common with somebody that you heard people talking about them behind their back. All you heard about people, oh, they had a nightmare. They did this, they did that. All you just sitting there just listening. You're like, well, wait a minute. That's the same thing people said about you. Till you found out, oh, they was in hermit mode and none of what they were saying was true. And what they had pictures and videos doctored up. Just a trip. Stuff went off like wildfire. Now people realize why people don't want to be around certain energies. Why people don't want to be around two types of energies. Jump to conclusions. And this stuff take off like wildfire. Can't see things from a higher frequency at all. Because they haven't resolved something within themselves. Had nothing to do with you. You're moving on. That's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. One succumb to passive and powerless behavior. The other one egotistical, materialistic, and forceful child. Y'all not on the same frequency. They can't even admit that they have temptations. So here we have music. Yep. And this is somebody that you listen to music with. Yep. So you have that in common with a lot of people. Something about, this looks like a tambourine. This looks like a conga. So North Node. So with music, it breaks up the monotony. The music, whether it's drums, whatever kind of music, hand clapping, any kind of noise will break up the energy in the atmosphere. So that's how a connection is made. A lot of times people listen to music together. They go to concerts and people meet each other at concerts. They meet each other in events, whether it's a church, mosque, temple event, whatever. A lot of things where people kind of sort of come together, share some of the same things. Whether you're in your South Node or your North Node, your goal is to get to your North Node. That's the goal, is to get to your North. That's to answer the call on your life, right? To answer your call on your life. But something was like a call and response for you. Something was like a call and response for you. Something for you, like I said before, your intuition was telling you something. Your head and heart were at war. You're like, nah, I can't. Somebody was talking about somebody behind their back, saying that they were engaged in something like they were mentally ill, or like there's a difference between somebody was saying, oh, they so crazy, like funny crazy. Like if you've been around somebody and y'all like listen to like music, or like you y'all have a lot of common, like they love to learn, like you love to learn, and such and such and such and such. And then you're seeing something that's like, something seems off, it seems odd. Something seems off and it seems odd. These energies are too obsessed with judging or bringing judgment down, and they're trying to bring quick judgment on somebody. What else is going on behind something? What else is going on? Your intuition just kept telling you something, because you're a prayer warrior. You're a prayer warrior, that's why. soon as you sat down and said, let me pray about something. I need some clarity on something. Let me pray about something. You realize what it was. That's what you have in common with people. Energies took advantage of somebody financially and they had to create some kind of lie. Create some kind of lie, but you're on top of something. Where's the card right here? Where's the card? Yeah. Something about your energy sees something from a higher frequency, and somebody has a guardian angel watching over them too. Several guardian angels, actually. Here, stay true. So the need for validation from others is an illusion. You are not responsible for how others perceive you, but it is your responsibility to stay true to yourself. Yeah. So if this person is out here hugging a tree, maybe that's part of how the person grounds and gets reconnected with nature and also ancestral line. But you poured out a lot. Looks like in the cards, I poured a lot of emotion into something. So it's like emotionally, you don't feel like you hit the jackpot, both in your personal and your professional life. You poured out a lot. So congratulations to you. Participate. Do not confuse intention with entitlement. The entitlement to demand from the world leaves you with nothing. The world is rich, and so are you. There you go. The world is rich, and so are you. So somebody is definitely a very creative spirit. You're a very creative spirit, and people know it. People know that you would be willing to pour into people creatively. Whether you're a painter, a writer, a musician, whatever it is, you'd be willing to just... And you vibe with people who like that. They'll do stuff for free. If they can sing, they had no problem with this. Hey, you got a platform they can sing, they just jump right on in. If they know how to create spreadsheets or, write grants or whatever, you vibe with people like that. People who love to learn. People who that's just kind of sort of like right on your frequency. That's who these are. You vibe with, right? So. Your intuition was telling you something. You know a gift when you see it. You're not gonna lift a gift horse in the mouth. But to your credit, though, you all know, because you're highly adaptable and you're smart and you're highly creative here. When somebody removes themselves from an equation, you all know how to go and create something else, right? Whereas some people, they feel like somebody removed them, they'll recognize a gift, but when the gift removed themselves from the presence, they go right into character assassination, go right into, ruining somebody's whole bloodline. That's the difference. Savings, create savings for the future. Sick. Awakening. Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. That's it. So it's time to do a hard reset and unplug from some of these energies. It's time to unplug from some of these energies that have contaminated you with some lie about something somebody did. Just because they're looking for somebody to save, they're looking to save themselves. So clean your space. Time for you to clean your space. Time for you to clean your space. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, make sure there's a healthy work-life balance here, so you don't miss anything moving forward in your personal or your professional life and your connections with energies, right? Cycle is over. Move forward. All right, Geminis, this is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Just take what resonates with you. Like I said, it's a general reading. Like I said, a lot of dark magician energy went on when you went into hermit mode, but this is what you have in common with people. Is when people go into hermit mode, what do they create? Some people come out, they created a masterpiece. They created something where they've tapped in. They like, okay, they answered a call on their life. And it's like they know how to tap back in. Somebody try to ruin this, they just learn how to tap back in, and they learn how to protect something when they tap back in. They know how to protect it. Okay, learn that lesson, tap back in, protect it, you know, so clean your space. And that is what I have for you. All right. Continue staying on top of things by keeping a healthy work-life balance. All right. See you in the next video. Bye.